In the quiet cradle of ancient Earth, life begins as a fragile whisper, no grand design. Just curious molecules dancing in endless chance. Your journey begins here, where the first murmurs of biology stir beneath dark, stormy skies, hinting at the vast story your body will someday tell. Close your eyes and breathe in slowly. Imagine a world long, long before time as you know it began, a world where the air tastes strange and heavy, where oceans simmer with mysterious potions, and the night is lit, not by moon or stars, but by lightning casting fleeting glows on primordial puddles. This is Earth around 3.8 billion years ago, a place still soft and new, shaped by fire and fury. Volcanoes breathe dark clouds, and asteroids fall like unwelcome guests from the sky. You might think it's too wild, too fierce for life, but if you listen carefully, you'll hear the gentle hum of a beginning, the soft pulse from something extraordinary, life's very first breath. Back then, life didn't wander like you or me. It wasn't a creature with feet to walk or eyes to dream. It was far simpler, tiny, barely their bubbles, microscopic cells, floating in an ocean of possibility. These were the Prokaryotes, life's earliest whispers. Imagine them as delicate blue jelly beans, carrying a secret, the power to copy themselves again and again. No brain, no organs, just a tender membrane, some stringy genetic instructions, and an infinite patience for trial and error. Their world was their home, their body, and their mission was simply to persist. Your body, right now, carries this ancient message deep in every cell. Inside you lives a story of chemistry and chance, stretching across eons. The dance of amino acids, sugars, and tiny proteins, twirling in an endless cosmic soup. You might picture these molecules as tiny explorers, bumping into one another, occasionally locking arms and forming chains. Over time, some became more complex, more exciting, a little like a river carving new paths, winding and twisting silently. Then, one day, or rather, 1 billion days, the most remarkable event unfolds. One cell, instead of swallowing another to eat it, keeps it inside. It shares space and energy, a quiet partnership. This was endosymbiosis. Cells joined in a conspiracy for survival. Like two travelers sharing a lantern in the dark, they illuminated a path toward complexity. Your mitochondria, the powerhouses inside your cells, are descendants of those early guests. They are tiny engines that breathe life into your muscles and mind. And there you are, the keeper of this legacy. Your body is not just flesh and bone, but a living museum of survival's most daring experiments. There is no grand blueprint, no cosmic architect. Instead, there's a story of persistence, a gentle rhythm of mutation and selection, a cycle of adaptation that flows like a slow river through time. Remember, evolution is not about perfection. It's the art of good enough, a patchwork quilt of solutions stitched by countless tiny changes. If a mutation makes it easier to gather energy or avoid danger, it lingers. If not, it quietly fades away, forgotten, like a soft sigh in the wind. Now, let your mind drift to those first rays of sunlight. Some bold cells learned to capture light, turning energy into life, with strokes painted in the warmth of ancient fires. They became Earth's first solar panels, fueling an oxygen revolution that slowly transformed the air you breathe today. Through billions of years, single cells became a community. They learned to stick together, share roles, and build life's first tissues and organs. Imagine a circle of friends, all different, all important, each with a job that helps the whole. This was the dawn of multicellularity, nature's first act of cooperation, a biological book club where every member listens and contributes. From these tiny ancient dancers to your breath now, there flows a continuous current. You carry the legacy of those wobbly bubbles in your bones, in your skin, deep inside your breath. You are a walking story of life's patience and persistence. So as you lie here, quiet and still, think of your body as a slow, beautiful symphony. Let the gentle hum of history lull you, the chemistry of your cells, the millions of years of whispers that brought you here. The spark of life is not a distant flame, but an ember glowing softly inside you. And as you drift deeper, wonder this. What stories will your cells tell tomorrow? What secret dances continue unseen within every quiet breath? Let the night hold you gently, carrying you forward on this timeless river. For the journey has only just begun. From solitary wanderers to a community of cells, life begins to learn the art of companionship and cooperation. Imagine your cells joining hands like old friends, shaping the first whispers of tissue and trust. This chapter invites you into the quiet symphony of connection, where the smallest bonds reveal the mightiest stories. Close your eyes again, and feel your breath flow slowly like a gentle tide. Picture now a world where life moves beyond lonely existence, a world where single-celled wanderers find warmth not just inside themselves, but in the company of others. Long ago, life was a solitary dance, tiny cells floating, copying, drifting. But in the vastness of ancient waters, something changed. Those simple creatures began to touch, to stick, to linger side by side. It was the dawn of togetherness. I imagine a young cell, a tiny explorer with a fragile membrane, bumping softly into another. Instead of pushing away, they pause, curious. A cautious handshake, a fleeting friendship. This was the beginning of cooperation, a whisper of a promise in the language of biology. Your body carries the echoes of these ancient relations, where cells first learned that survival could blossom from unity. Alone, a cell struggles. Together, they build something far greater. Think of these early partnerships like a circle of friends, sharing stories by a campfire, each offering their strength, each learning to listen. As time drifts gently forward, these many-celled gatherings become more organized. Cells begin to specialize, assigning roles like a village where everyone has a task. One guards the gates, another fetches sustenance, a third tends to the earliest signals of danger. It's a tender choreography in invisible light. Your skin, your muscles, your very organs are the descendants of these first communities, marvels formed by millions of years of patient teamwork. Imagine the cells sticking tightly like puzzle pieces, their membranes weaving connections, passing whispers of existence. There is a special kind of glue they use, a molecular velcro known as cell adhesion. This magical mechanism lets these tiny beings hold fast, allow communication, and importantly, keep their neighbors close, yet respectful. Without this glue, the dance would falter, and the fragile bubbles of life would drift apart. The story of multicellularity is one of trust. Trust that no cell will outgrow itself. Trust that each part will play for the whole. But trust is delicate. Sometimes a cell rebels, growing wild and unchecked. That's why mechanisms of control evolved. Tiny caretakers in our bodies keep watch, preserving harmony within the bustling metropolis of your tissues. Imagine how remarkable it is. Trillions of tiny creatures, all related and sharing a common purpose, creating something you know intimately as yourself. Life's ancient teamwork now pulses, beats, and breathes inside your very being. This is not the end of the journey, but the beginning of a new chapter. With multicellularity came complexity, and with complexity, new challenges emerged. Cells needed to talk, to send messages through chemical notes and electrical whispers. They developed signaling pathways, like a secret language, telling each other when to grow, when to rest, when to build more bridges, and when to carefully step back. Picture yourself in a vast ballroom where dancers communicate not with words, but with subtle gestures and glances. Your cells do exactly that, passing signals that guide their actions smoothly, so your body can heal, grow, and move without you even thinking about it. These conversations between cells laid the foundation for the amazing variety of tissues that sustain life: skin that gently holds you from the outside, muscle that moves you forward, blood vessels that carry essential supplies, and nerves that whisper stories from the world outside to the vast brain within. And it all began as a simple invitation. May I join you? Through countless invisible handshakes across time, life learned that together was better. So as you rest here, feel the slow, sure pulse of your body, the quiet symphony of cells working in harmony. Know that inside you is a bustling community, built on ancient cooperation and mutual care. Let your thoughts wander like a leaf floating on a calm lake. What might the next story your cells tell be? How do they decide when to rest, to repair, to grow? Imagine the microscopic conversations unfolding constantly within you, silent yet vital. Remember the gentle lesson: you are not alone. From your smallest cell to the vast intelligence of your mind, you are a part of the grand chorus of life, an orchestra playing a melody billions of years in the making, softly lulling you toward peaceful dreams. From the ancient seas to the delicate arches of your spine, the story of your backbone unfolds like a quiet dance, steady, resilient, and endlessly graceful. This chapter gently traces how a simple rod of support became the elegant spine that lets you stretch, bend, and dream. Close your eyes gently and feel your back resting lightly against wherever you lie. Imagine, deep inside, the steady column of bones and discs that hold you up, that stands silent and strong, allowing your body to move through a world of possibilities. This is your spine, a masterpiece assembled over hundreds of millions of years, a story of courage, adaptation, and quiet strength. Now, take a breath. Let your mind drift way back to a time long before trees cast shadows and birds sang melodies. Picture soft, squishy creatures drifting in ancient oceans. They are simple, with no skeletons, no bones to hold shape, only jelly-like bodies, flowing with the waves. Life was a loose, flopping dance. Imagine trying to swim or crawl without anything firm to pull against. The ocean's gentle push and pull told those early creatures that something sturdier was needed. Enter the nook, a humble but revolutionary invention. Think of it as a soft but resilient rod, like a bamboo stick woven through a silk pouch. It gave these early creatures something to push against when muscles tightened, a backbone in the making. As you breathe in, imagine this tiny, flexible rod flexing with every twitch and turn, a silent partner in the dance of movement. It's not bone, not yet, but it's enough to add some shape, stability, and a little pride to these early swimmers. They were the ancestors of all creatures with backbones, including you. As life's dance continues, evolution takes this nut and begins layering it with something stronger. Bone, a sturdy but light material that supports yet allows flexibility, grows in segments called vertebrae. Each vertebra fits together like the pieces of a gentle accordion, allowing your spine to bend and straighten without breaking. Picture your spine as a ladder spiraling upward, made of many small bones stacked with space in between, cushioned by gelatinous discs. These discs act like soft pillows, absorbing shocks as you walk, run, or stretch toward the sky. Each vertebra protects a precious bundle of nerves, the spinal cord, your body's communication highway. Your spinal cord carries messages from your brain to the farthest toe and back again, like a busy post office sorting letters of sensation, motion, and reflexes. Without this backbone dance, your body would be a silent island, unable to connect brain and limb. Let your thoughts linger on this eternal dance. Bones, discs, nerves, and muscles coming together in balance. The spine must be strong yet flexible. It resists gravity, but yields to movement. Imagine a bridge swaying with the wind but never collapsing, a reed bending gently by the stream. Long ago, the creatures with the first backbones stayed in the water. They were fish-like, some armored, some smooth, exploring the watery world. Over millions of years, some pushed their fins toward the shore, pushing the boundaries between sea and land. Their spines adapted, becoming stronger to fight gravity. Out of water, allowing limbs to support body weight. This transition to land was not sudden. It was a slow, steady journey. The backbone had to become a pillar, a support that could hold the body upright. Like a silent tree trunk rooted gently in earth, but flexible enough to sway with the breeze. Over time, your spine evolved curves, S-shaped masterpiece designed to absorb shocks as you stand, walk, and run. These curves hold the key to your balance, allowing you to keep your head high and your heart open while moving through the world. As you breathe out softly, think about the tiny muscles and ligaments embracing your spine, like attentive dancers, holding hands, guiding movement, and providing support. They help you twist gently toward a sunset or curl into a cozy ball for rest. Your spine also protects the spinal cord, a delicate thread of nerves that carries life's vital signals. Imagine it as the central line of a vast communication network, sending whispers and commands between your brain and every part of your body. But living with a backbone isn't without its little challenges. Sometimes the bones ache or the discs sigh under pressure, reminding you that evolution crafts for survival, not perfection. These imperfections tell the story of your ancestors' bold experiments, standing upright, walking long distances, dreaming deeper thoughts. Think now of the quiet resilience in your spine, how it bears weight, resists injury, and allows endless motion. It is both your pillar and your partner in every movement, from stretching to smiling, from reaching out to holding close. As your body rests, feel the gentle rhythm of your breath flowing around this ancient structure, and imagine the millions of years it took for evolution to sculpt it so finely. Before you drift off, ponder this tender question. What might your spine tell the future? As new movements and dreams unfurl in the dance of your life, let the soft moonlight cradle your thoughts, and the steady pulse of your backbone lull you deeper, deeper into peaceful sleep. Your journey continues, carried on the gentle waves of time. Your skin is more than a barrier. It's a living, breathing tapestry, woven through millions of years of evolution. Like a wise old guardian, it shields you, senses the world, and tells stories without words. This chapter invites you to rest beneath the gentle embrace of your skin, a quiet hero in your body's endless tale. Close your eyes softly and feel the world pressing gently against your skin, the warm air, the soft sheets, the coolness of night. This vast, subtle organ is the largest part of you, yet you might barely notice it. Like quiet earth beneath your feet, your skin holds the stories of life's deep history, layer by delicate layer. Imagine stepping back in time, hundreds of millions of years ago, when life was just beginning to stretch beyond the watery depths. You don't dive deep today, but rather, you walk on the land, exposed and vulnerable. This journey owes much to skin, the brave boundary between inside and out. Your skin began humbly, a thin membrane on simple creatures, nothing more than a wet cover that kept insides from spilling out and outsides from rushing in. As life crawled from ocean to shore, this membrane thickened, toughened, and blossomed into something magical. Think of skin as your body's living cloak, spun from millions of cells tightly stitched together like soldiers in a shield wall. Cells don't just form a cover, they're busy, constantly renewing, dying, and being replaced, a never-ending gentle rhythm. Every minute, thousands of skin cells softly leave your body, making space for new ones. Consider how small changes ripple within, unnoticed yet profound, sustaining your shelter. Beneath the surface lies a rich, multi-layered world. The outermost layer, the epidermis, acts like a waterproof suit. It keeps your body hydrated, stops unwanted invaders, and even protects you from the harsh sunlight. It's sprinkled with melanin, the pigment that colors your skin, a natural sunblock crafted by your ancestors' long dance with the sun's rays. Melanin varies from rich, deep shades near the equator to lighter tones in the northern lands, where sunlight is scarce. This variation is evolution's gentle answer to balance, letting you soak up vitamin D's calming glow without burning. It's the silent art of adapting without changing what you are. The next layer, the dermis, is like your body's cozy woven fabric, dense with nerves, blood vessels, and sweat glands. Here, your skin listens. It feels a soft brush, a tender touch, the press of your loved one's hand, all carried on tiny nerve endings that fire messages straight to your mind. Within the dermis are sweat glands, your body's natural cooling system. When you're warm, they release a delicate mist of sweat, a whisper of water that cools you down. This humble process has allowed humans to roam vast landscapes under hot suns, running long distances without overheating. Evolution crafted a clever way to keep you tempered, even in the face of raging heat. Your skin hides yet another treasure: hair, thin, fine in many places, thick and protective in others. Hair began as insulation, trapping warm air close to your body in chillier times. It's also a way to sense gentle breezes, insects, or soft kisses on your cheek. Hair grows, falls out, and grows again, a living testament to change and continuity. Beneath those layers lies the hypodermis, a soft cushion of fat that protects your body's fragile inner workings and helps you stay warm. It is a gentle buffer, the quiet partner to your skin's outward strength. Your skin has even more stories tucked inside, tales of the microbes living happily in its folds. These allies, trillions strong, create a bustling microscopic city known as the microbiome. They protect you, help fight illness, and even train your immune system. Think of them as lifelong friends you carry everywhere. Invisible but indispensable. But skin does more than protect and sense. It communicates. When your cheeks flush pink, your emotions glow outward. A pale face might tell a tale of fatigue or fear. Your skin is a living billboard, sharing subtle secrets with those around you. And yet, skin is delicate too, scarring from a fall, itching from a tiny insect, a sunburn's warm sting. These imperfections are reminders that your skin is alive, vulnerable, and endlessly working to shield the resilient life beneath. Let your mind soften as you imagine the millions of tiny cells and their companions composing this living canvas. Now, Your skin speaks in softness and strength, a poetic balance held in endless renewal. As you drift towards sleep, feel the embrace of your skin reminding you are wrapped in a story centuries in the making. From a fragile membrane to a complex tapestry, skin is your first and constant home. Now, as you breathe slowly and deeply, ponder this gentle thought. Beneath the quiet surface, what might your skin sense next? What new stories will it tell as it carries you softly through tomorrow's adventures? Let the comforting whisper of your skin cradle you, tender and true, as dreams bloom quietly in the night. Your breath is a quiet miracle, a soft rhythm that connects you to ancestors who first pulled air into lungs, rising from ancient waters. This chapter invites you to slow down and feel the invisible dance of oxygen and carbon dioxide, heaviest gift and lightest, exchange as you rest, wrapped in the story of breathing. Close your eyes softly and place a hand upon your chest or belly. Feel the gentle rise and fall, the natural wave of breath flowing in and out of your body, like the tide of a serene ocean. Each breath is a delicate exchanger, quiet trade between your body and the world around you. It carries stories older than the mountains, whispering secrets of life itself. Breathe in slowly. Imagine yourself stepping back hundreds of millions of years to a time when the Earth's waters were filled with early creatures, some venturing close to the surface, where air touched the water with a cool kiss. Those ancient pioneers discovered a hidden treasure, oxygen, to fuel their journey beyond the liquid embrace. Long before lungs, oxygen was a rare visitor. The atmosphere was thin, mostly toxic, and life survived through simple chemical means. But some daring cells evolved a way to use oxygen to unlock energy more efficiently. This was the beginning of something remarkable. Breathing. Now breathe out, gentle and slow. The breath you release carries carbon dioxide, the quiet shadow of life's metabolism. Every cell in your body performs a tiny sunbeam of work, using oxygen to turn food into energy. This process, called cellular respiration, is like a microscopic fire burning fuel inside you, releasing warmth, power, and that whisper of carbon dioxide. Your lungs are the stage for this intimate dance. Imagine them as soft, spongy trees, branching endlessly into millions of tiny leaves called alveoli. Each alveolus is wrapped in tiny blood vessels, creating a delicate interface where oxygen slips from the air into your blood, while carbon dioxide makes its quiet retreat from blood to breath. Picture the air you breathe as a fleet of gentle travelers entering your lungs, floating down branching paths, finally filling these alveoli like a soft mist settling in the forest. Oxygen then hitches a ride on red blood cells, tiny couriers with hemoglobin molecules that bind oxygen like eager hands clasping a gift. As your blood travels through your body, oxygen jumps off at every cell in need, fueling muscles, neurons, tissues, and organs with the energy to think, move, and dream. Carbon dioxide, a grateful but wasteful traveler, hitches back onto your bloodstream, asking to be carried back to the lungs for release. Feel the calm rhythm of your diaphragm, a dome-shaped muscle beneath your lungs. With each inhale, it gently contracts, drawing downwards and creating space for air to rush in. With each exhale, it softly relaxes, nudging air out. This slow, steady motion is a lullaby written by evolution, designed to soothe and sustain. Remember that breathing isn't just about survival. It's woven deeply into your emotional and mental world. When you feel anxious, your breath quickens. When you are calm, it slows. Slow breathing triggers your parasympathetic nervous system, the quiet caretaker that tells your heart to rest and your muscles to loosen. Try breathing in slowly through your nose now, and exhale softly through parted lips. Feel the comforting balance, the gentle ebb and flow, the peaceful cycle. Your breath is a bridge connecting your inner world with the vast sky outside. Reflect on how lungs themselves evolved. Early fish developed primitive lungs to gulp air in oxygen-poor water. These structures, once simple sacs, gradually branched, folded and expanded to become the complex lungs you now carry inside your chest. The lungs of amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals vary, but the story is the same: a dance of air and blood, life and energy. Some animals breathe differently. Fish use gills, extracting oxygen from water. Insects breathe through tiny holes called spirecles. Whales and dolphins hold their breath for minutes, surfacing with grace to refill their tanks. Humans, with lungs optimized for continuous breathing, Inhale and exhale about 20,000 times a day. Quiet. Miracles of evolution. Take a moment to honor the breaths, dual roller, silent laborer, and a messenger. The air carries seasons' scents, fresh rain, pine needles, or warm summer grass. With each breath, you take in the world's stories and share your own. Imagine for a moment the first creature to pull air into a primitive lung, opening a new chapter in life's book. That first breath was a gamble, an experiment with the unseen. It allowed life to grow larger, tissues to thicken, and eventually, minds to ponder. Your breath, right now, is part of this endless lineage. It's a thread in the vast tapestry of life, spinning between moments, carrying whispers from ocean waves and forest canopies. From first light to twilight. As you drift closer to sleep, breathe out any tension, any worry. Let your breath be a gentle anchor and a soft invitation to rest, to dream, and to know you are carried on this ancient, ongoing current. Before your eyelids close fully, ponder this. What stories are you breathing in? What new worlds might your next breath create? Let your breath rock you softly, like the waves that once lapped the shores where lungs first learned to breathe. And with that thought, drift peacefully towards sleep, wrapped in the quiet miracle of breath. Your senses are the delicate instruments that connect you to the world, a symphony of light, sound, touch, taste, and smell played softly every moment. This chapter invites you to listen closely to the quiet music of sensation, revealing how the ancient pulse of evolution crafted the way you feel beauty, danger, and love. Close your eyes gently once more and quiet your breath. Imagine the world around you not just as it appears, but as it is felt, heard, smelled, tasted, and touched in 1,000 subtle ways. Your senses are like the strings, drums, and flutes of an orchestra, working together to compose the story you live every day. From the very beginning of life, sensing has been the key to survival. Even single-celled organisms could detect chemical changes in their environment, choosing nourishment, fleeing toxins, sensing the warmth of light pulses. These tiny sentinels started simple, but through countless generations, sensing evolved into an intricate and sensitive symphony. Imagine yourself as a cluster of early cells, floating in a nutrient-rich sea. Some cells grew light-sensitive patches, delicate enough to tell day from night, friend from foe. Others developed receptors to chemical signals, tasting molecules dissolved in water. It might seem humble now, but these early senses were life's first whispers of awareness. Now, leap forward in time to creatures with nervous systems, a network of cells that began to gather, interpret, and respond to sensory cues. Nerves became the strings that stretched across bodies, carrying melodies of information to a central hub, the brain. Your eyes, those radiant windows, started as tiny spots on ancient creatures. Consider the photoreceptor cells that responded only to light and dark like candle flickers in the darkness. Over millions of years, these spots grew into bowls that could sense the direction of light, then developed lenses to focus images. The eyes you now have capable of seeing the soft shimmer of moonlight, the green of leaves, or the twinkle of stars are the result of this slow, delicate evolution. Imagine a field of wildflowers seen through your eyes, colors blooming in vivid arrays of light. Each hue you perceive tells a story written in wavelengths and pigment, in cones and rods inside your retina. Your eyes can distinguish millions of colors, bright spots and shadowy corners, shapes near and far. Listen, now, to gentle sounds. Your ears capture vibrations in the air, translating them into the music of life. Sound waves ripple through your outer ear, dance along the canal, and vibrate your eardrum, a fine membrane tuned like a tiny drum. Those vibrations travel through 3 small bones ossicles, named the malleus, incus, and stapes, like a tiny lever system amplifying whispers to a symphony. Deep inside, your cochlea wraps like a shell, filled with fluid and lined with tiny hair cells. These microscopic dancers sway to the rhythm of sounds, high notes, low rumblings, and everything in between. The nerves then carry these signals to your brain, where they are interpreted as laughter, footsteps, a lullaby, or the quiet turning of a page. Beneath your skin lies a world of touch, an intricate network of receptors tuned to pressure, vibration, temperature, and pain. Your fingertips glow with sensitivity, capable of feeling the softest brush of a feather or the rough edge of bark on a tree. Touch is not just about sensation. It is a language of safety, connection, and comfort. Remember the warmth of a loved one's hand or the soothing stroke on your hair. These gentle touches trigger neurochemicals like oxytocin, the bonding hormone, weaving trust and peace inside you. Your nose is another marvel, detecting thousands of scents in the swirling air. Smell connects deeply to memory and emotion, linking you to moments you thought long in a warm bakery, rain on dry soil, a familiar perfume. Taste works hand in hand with smell, combining signals to tell your brain if something is sweet, like ripe fruit, salty like the sea, sour like lemon, bitter like certain herbs, or rich and savory, called umami. These tastes once guided ancient ancestors to energy, safety, and nourishment. Behind each sense is an elaborate architecture, shaped by eons of careful trial. Photoreceptors, auditory hair cells, mechanoreceptors, olfactory neurons, taste buds, all tuned like fine instruments playing your life's daily concert. Even when asleep, your senses remain quietly attentive. Your body listens for changes, the softest creak of a door, the cool brush of night air. Sensory information flows in rhythms, sometimes loud, sometimes hushed, balancing your waking and resting worlds. Consider this: your brain, with its billions of neurons, orchestrates all these sensory symphonies without effort from you. It selects, filters, and blends to keep you safe, to delight you, to guide you gently toward dreams. Let your mind drift as you imagine the first creatures opening their simple eyes to dim waters, the first animals turning their heads toward sound, the soft touch that began friendships and families. All these ancient moments echo softly inside your senses now. As you breathe slowly, feel the gentle embrace of your sensory world. You are wrapped in light, sound, smell, touch, and taste, living symphony tuned by evolution's patient hand, inviting you to rest and wonder. And in this quiet moment before sleep, ask softly, what melodies will my senses carry tomorrow? What new stories will unfold in the soft notes of my daily life? Let the harmony of your senses lull you softly deeper, deeper into peaceful dreams. Within your chest beats the ceaseless rhythm of life, the heart's steady song of resilience and grace. This chapter invites you to listen closely to the drumbeat that has echoed for hundreds of millions of years, carrying blood, stories, and hope through the winding rivers within you. Close your eyes softly and bring your attention inward, to the gentle thump beneath your ribs, the steady heartbeat that marks the rhythm of your existence. It is a sound both ancient and intimate, a soothing chord in the symphony of your body. Imagine, far back in time, 450 million years ago, when the first creatures with hearts were beginning their voyage through Earth's warm waters. Their hearts were simple, muscular tubes contracting slowly to push fluid through their bodies, much like a soft pump keeping life flowing. Now breathe in gently, and picture evolution refining this pump over millions of years. The simple tube split into chambers, the tides of oxygen rich and oxygen poor, blood learning to dance in harmony. This graceful separation allowed hearts to beat more powerfully and efficiently, fueling creatures large and small. Your heart today is a miraculous organ, no larger than your clenched fist, yet it tirelessly sustains every cell you carry. Inside, it houses four chambers, to atria that gather the returning blood, and to ventricles that push it out to the lungs and the body. These chambers work together in a silent rhythm contract. Relax, contract, relax, an endless lullaby. Feel now the pulse in your wrist or neck, the echo of the heart's command, sending waves of life through arteries, veins, and capillaries. Blood courses in a vast network of vessels, traveling over 60,000 miles in your lifetime, a tireless courier delivering oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and warmth. In the lungs, blood picks up fresh oxygen, a vital gift, before flowing back to the heart, ready to journey outward again. It is a continuous cycle, a silent promise renewed with every beat that you are alive. Inside your heart, electrical signals orchestrate this dance. A natural pacemaker, the sinoatrial node, sends gentle impulses, prompting each beat. Imagine this invisible conductor guiding the chorus, ensuring the tempo never falters. The heartbeat is more than a pump, it carries feelings and memories. When you're calm, it hums softly, steady and sure. When startled, it quickens like a startled bird, ready to fly. When you hold someone's hand or listen to a lullaby, it slows, wrapped in comfort. The heart is a symbol, too, a universal emblem of love, courage, and life itself. Its steady beat has inspired poets and dreamers throughout history. A metronome, marking stories both deep and simple, yet your heart is not perfect. It endures strain, age, and sometimes illness, but it also repairs, reshapes, and adapts. A testament to resilience. As you lie still, feel your own heart's quiet hum. It is a connection across time, space, and species to every creature that ever lived, every pulse that ever was, from the earliest fish whose heart's first finned a beat, to your own steady rhythm now. Let the soothing pulse lull your mind. Imagine the endless journeys of blood, the tiny red couriers racing along microscopic highways, keeping your cells singing. And as you drift deeper into sleep, wonder gently, what new stories will your heart's quiet song carry tomorrow? Allow this thought to cradle you as your breath slows, your heartbeat hums softly, and your mind slips peacefully into dreams. The journey is far from over, and the stories flow onward like your endless pulse. Your muscles are the quiet engines powering every movement, the gentle tension pulling strings in an unseen orchestra. This chapter invites you to feel the subtle strength beneath your skin, the echoes of ancient swimmers and climbers, now working in harmony to carry you through the day and into restful sleep. Close your eyes gently and become aware of the soft tension coiled beneath your skin, the gentle pulse of power that carries you through the smallest gestures and grandest feats. Your muscles are not just bundles of tissue. They are living stories of ancient journeys, a slow, graceful symphony that has played through deep time, long ago. Before creatures crawled onto land or waved limbs in the air, life moved in simple ways, tiny cells contracting and stretching to glide, squeeze, or drift through their watery homes. These first movements were the whispers of muscle, faint but vital. Imagine those earliest contractions, microscopic pulses like the flutter of a moth's wing or the ripple across a pond. They were the prototypes of every twitch, stretch, and reach you now perform. Muscle is ancient and humble, a specialized tissue designed to contract and relax, turning chemical energy into motion. Your body contains more than 600 muscles, each a dynamic network of millions of tiny fibers. These fibers are bundles of thread-like cells filled with protein filaments called actin and myosin. Picture them as dancers in a tightly choreographed ballet, sliding past one another to shorten the muscle, pulling your bones and skin along. Muscle contraction is a quiet miracle of biology, a chemical handshake between your nerve cells and muscle fibers. A signal zips along nerves, releasing calcium and energy molecules, triggering actin and myosin to slide, pulling muscles tight. This microscopic dance unfolds billions of times every day, beneath your awareness, carrying out your every desire to move or stay still. There are three main types of muscle in your body, each with its own story and rhythm. Skeletal muscles are the most familiar. They attach two bones by tendons and grant you voluntary control, from the twitch of an eyebrow to the powerful stride of a sprint. These muscles are your body's engines, crafted for strength, speed, and endurance. Smooth muscles are more secretive. They live deep in your organs and blood vessels, contracting slowly and steadily without command. They guide food through your digestive tract, regulate blood pressure, and adjust pupil size. Their movement is quiet, automatic, a patient, unrelenting flow beneath waking thought. Then there's cardiac muscle, your heart's own specialized tissue. Its contractions are rhythmic and tireless, driving life's ceaseless river of blood. Cardiac muscle cells are uniquely connected, beating in sync like a choir, whose song never tires, never pauses. Feel now the journey of your muscles through time. The muscles powering a swim in ancient seas, pulling fins through water, have evolved over millions of years into the ones carrying your body along a steady walk or an embrace. Evolution crafted muscles to be both strong and adaptably delicate. Balance between power and grace. Muscles do not transform overnight. They respond slowly to use and rest, grow stronger with effort, and rest with sleep. This dance of muscle growth and repair is your body's nod to patience and resilience. Micro tears in fibers are repaired more robustly. Capillaries blossom too, feed, expanding tissues, and mitochondria multiply, fueling your next movement. Muscle energy comes mainly from ATP, a tiny molecule packed with chemical power. ATP production is a biochemical symphony involving oxygen, glucose, and, when needed, brief bursts of stored energy. Think of your muscles like hybrid engines, using oxygen for endurance, but switching to fast-burning fuel for sudden bursts. As you lie still, notice how your muscles gently contract, even at rest, the small postural adjustments keeping you balanced, your organs held safely in place, your body poised between tension and release. Muscles are constantly at work, a quiet vigilance beneath the surface. Consider the intricate teamwork involved when you reach out a hand. Skeletal muscles do not work alone. They pull in groups, agonists contracting, antagonists relaxing, stabilizers balancing. This cooperation allows smooth, fluid motion rather than jerky spasms. Muscles also communicate with your nervous system, releasing chemical signals that influence fatigue, mood, and even immune responses. They are not mere machines, but living organs, responsive and alive, participating silently in your experience of being. The story of muscle is also a story of connection, woven tightly with tendons, ligaments, and bones. Without these anchors and supports, contraction would be futile. Evolution fashioned this living scaffold to provide leverage, movement, and grace. Before your thoughts drift fully into sleep, imagine this: each twitch, each stretch in your body is a whisper from ancestors who first learned how to pull themselves through water or cling to branches. That quiet strength flows in your veins now, carried by soft fibers that never rest until you finally let go. As you breathe slowly, feel the gentle expanding and contracting of your muscles. The pulse of life beneath your skin, a timeless, beautiful dance, a song of persistence and possibility. And as you fall into restful dreams, let yourself wonder, what new movements will your muscles carry tomorrow? What unseen symphonies will they play? Unseen but vital. Let the quiet power of your muscles cradle you gently, steady and sure. As you drift deeper into peaceful sleep, the journey of your body continues, each chapter unfolding softly like the beat of a slow, sure drum. Your hands are more than tools, they are storytellers, creators, and dancers in the long choreography of evolution. This chapter invites you to marvel at the quiet genius of your fingers, tracing back to ancient fins that first flexed in watery realms, now shaping your dreams and deeds. Close your eyes gently and rest your hands in a comfortable place. Feel the subtle texture of your skin, the way your fingers curl or stretch with ease. These complex instruments of sensation and action carry the legacy of millions of years of patient trial. A masterpiece shaped not only by function but by the whisper of imagination. Long ago, before animals walked on land or climbed trees, life moved through water. Fins fluttered and pushed against currents, not yet hands but the first architects of mobility. Imagine these early fins like tentative drafts of a lifelong project, flexing bones encased in flesh, hinting at new possibilities, yet unexplored. Among these pioneers was Tiktaalik, a creature bridging water and land. Its fins weren't quite paws, but within them lay the blueprint for wrists, fingers, and the intricate dance of touch. The simple bones reshaped themselves slowly, one bone, two bones, lots of little bones forming the architecture of your own hands. Now feel your thumb softly touching the base of your pinky finger. That touch is a magic trick crafted by evolution, the opposable thumb. It's a small detail with vast consequences. Your thumb lets you grasp, pinch, hold, and create. Without it, those everyday miracles, a delicate brush of a paintbrush, the confident grip of a loved one's hand would slip away. Picture your fingers as dancers, each with its own rhythm and role. The tendons and muscles beneath your skin act like well-tuned strings and levers, bending and flexing with precision. Every joint is a hinge, a promise of movement for reaching, typing, waving, a greeting, or tracing the lines of a story. But hands are more than movement. They are windows to feeling. Your fingertips, dense with nerve endings, are homes to a universe of sensation. A gentle breeze, the warmth of a smile, the rough grain of bark on a fall day, they all send messages racing to your brain. It's a language without words, a conversation of touch that connects you deeply to the world. Think of toolstones shaped by careful strikes, spears balanced on quiet shoulders, needles pulling thread through cloth. Each tool is an extension of your hand's creativity, a leap in complexity that has shaped human history. Your hands brought fire from friction, sketched dreams on cave walls, built cities, and reached for the stars. Hands also shaped the music of communication, through gestures, sign language, or a soft reach toward someone's arm. Your hands speak volumes without sound. They tell stories of comfort, curiosity, and kindness. They have carried babies, shared meals, and wiped away tears. Buried beneath these gentle motions is a quiet symphony of biology. Tendons glide smoothly, lubricated by fluid. Bones articulate with seamless grace. Skin stretches and folds, elastic and strong. Tiny hairs on your fingers rise in response to cold or emotion, and your nails protect the delicate ends like natural shields. Your hand's precision comes from an incredible neural network, a dense wiring that allows you to feel and respond in fractions of a second. This delicate control is honed from infancy, with millions of movements practiced and perfected over years. As you rest now, let your mind roam through this ancient story that each finger you see evolved through endless adaptations, shaped by the needs of survival and the sparks of creativity. Your hands are both ancient and alive, a bridge between body and mind, between the past and future. Imagine the first hand that grasped a branch to climb out of water, the first fingers that shaped stone tools, the millions of tiny adjustments that led to the fine dexterity you hold now. Now they rest softly, holding nothing but the quiet promise of tomorrow. Before sleep pulls you under, wonder softly, what will your hands create next? What stories will they write in the air, in the sand, in the soft folds of a lover's palm? What gentle miracles will your fingertips bring to life? Feel the stillness unfold as your hands rest, quiet and ready. They carry the legacy of evolutions, patience, power, and poetry. Let your thoughts drift like leaves on a slow current, cradled by the knowing touch of your hands, the hands that built your world. And now, surrender to sleep, carried gently by the weightless grace of your ancient, beautiful hands. Within you flows a quiet river, turning meals into energy and building blocks, transforming the outside world into the very fabric of your being. This chapter follows the gentle journey of food through your digestive system, a river shaped by billions of years of evolution and chemical wonder. Close your eyes softly again and place your hand lightly upon your belly. Feel the slow rhythmic pulse beneath the surface, the steady work of a river that runs unseen, yet unceasing. This is your digestive system, a marvel of transformation, a living river that turns food into the story of you. Imagine the earliest days of life, when single-celled organisms soaked up nutrients directly from their watery source. There was no mouth, no stomach, no intestines, just a simple cell membrane inviting fuel molecules inside. That was the quiet beginning of digestion. But as life grew more ambitious and complex, the simple sponge of a cell membrane became insufficient. A flow was needed, a path to bring in sustenance, break it down, and send it where it was needed. Evolution's solution was exquisite, a long winding tube, open at both ends, where the great work of digestion could unfold step by step. Your digestive system starts with the mouth, an entrance full of wonder and preparation. Teeth, shaped by millions of years adapting to diets ranging from crunchy leaves to tender meat, cut, crush, and tear. Your saliva, a subtle cocktail of water, enzymes, and mucus, begins the chemical work alongside the mechanical. The enzyme amylase, like a tiny locksmith, opens the sugars in starches, freeing energy in invisible flows. Imagine those early humans sitting around a fire, sharing cooked meals that are softer, easier to digest than evolutionary game. Cooking, a gift of warmth and transformation, allowed our ancestors to unlock more nourishment and grow bigger brains. A beautiful example of cooperation between culture and biology. Food slips down a muscular path called the esophagus, a soft tunnel lined with muscles that squeeze gently in waves peristalsis, pushing every bite toward the next stage without hesitation. Even if you are upside down, this rhythmic flow is a quiet dance, a slow current guiding sustenance deeper. Next comes the stomach, a muscular chamber rich with gastric juices, hydrochloric acid, and enzymes. The stomach churns the arrival into a soupy mixture called chyme, breaking down proteins and killing harmful invaders who dare travel within. Its acid bath is a fierce guardian, yet carefully controlled. For delicate tissues, picture the stomach as a patient craftsman, methodically turning raw materials into usable components, preparing for the main event further downstream. The intestine, that winding river nearly 20 feet long in an adult, is where real magic happens. Here, enzymes from the pancreas and bile from the liver join the flow, breaking down fats, proteins, and carbohydrates into molecules. simple enough for your body to absorb. Imagine the lining of your small intestine as a dense forest of tiny finger-like projections called villi, themselves covered with even smaller microvilli. These incredible structures increase surface area, turning a narrow tube into a sprawling, soft meadow designed for absorption. Nutrients slip through these villi walls like travelers crossing a bridge, loaded with the energy and building blocks your cells crave. The nutrients journey next into your bloodstream, carried like precious cargo to muscles, brain, bones, every living part of you, fueling movement, thought, and growth. Your large intestine is next, a slower, gentler stretch, focused on reclaiming water and minerals, compacting the remnants into waste, waiting to be released. It is also home to a bustling metropolis of microbes, trillions of tiny helpers, composing your microbiome. These microbial partners assist digestion, protect against invaders, and even influence your mood. Their community is a symphony of cooperation, a living proof that life thrives best together. Throughout this river's course, nerves send signals to regulate flow, release enzymes, and coordinate movement. The enteric nervous system, sometimes called your second brain, manages this internal current largely on its own, adapting to needs without your conscious thought. Think about this. Your digestive journey mirrors life's evolutionary story, from the simplest nutrient-absorbing cells to a highly specialized organ system. The journey is a river of transformation powered by patience, cooperation, and chemical grace. Your body has become a master of alchemy, turning the outside world's raw gifts into energy and life. The food on your plate is not just fuel. It is the story of ancient ecosystems, millions of years of adaptation, and the delicate balance inside you. As you settle down tonight, feel gratitude for this quiet river flowing within the steady pulse of life, transforming meals into dreams, thoughts, movement, and growth. Before you drift fully into sleep, imagine a small morsel of food, beginning its journey, how it is shaped, carried, broken down, and given new purpose inside you. What stories of transformation does it carry? How does this hidden river nourish the life waiting to awaken tomorrow? Let this gentle knowledge wash over you like a soft current, carrying you deeper into restful dreams, a journey through the quiet river of life within. Your story continues, as endless and vital as the flow of the digestive river itself. Standing tall was one of evolution's boldest leaps, turning a world of 4 legs into the unique dance of 2. This chapter unfolds the quiet story of how walking upright reshaped your body and your place in the world, freeing your hands, opening new horizons, and carrying you gently toward tomorrow's dreams. Close your eyes and feel your feet resting softly on the earth below. Imagine the long, slow path your ancestors took as they rose from the bent silence of 4-legged crawling to the upright grace of 2-legged walking. This journey is both ancient and intimate, written into the bones, muscles, and balance of your body. Around 6 million years ago, the world was changing. The thick forests, where early primates lived, began to thin into open savannas. Trees grew further apart. The ground stretched out under wide open skies. In this new landscape, standing tall offered fresh advantages. Imagine an early hominin cautiously rising to peer above tall grass. Upright walking gave a clearer view across the plains, a chance to spot predators, locate distant sources of food, and navigate the shifting world with steady eyes. But standing was not just about seeing farther. It was about freeing hands to grasp, carry, and create. Your own legs, long and strong, trace this ancient trade, supporting your weight, balancing the sway of your body, helping you shift with grace from step to step. Your feet, with their sturdy arches and aligned toes, act as shock absorbers and springboards. Their design, molded over millions of years, carries you effortlessly through life's journeys. The backbone bends into an elegant S-curve, a gentle spring cushioning each movement. Your pelvis, wide and bowl-shaped, supports internal organs and balances the weight of an upright torso. These are evolutionary sacrifices, changes that also made childbirth a tighter, more complex dance. As babies with larger brains navigate ever narrower pathways, your knees lock like hinges, your hips rotate smoothly, and muscles connect in a finely tuned orchestra to keep you steady. Every step you take ripples with the labors of ancestors learning to balance on 2 legs. And through it all, your brain quietly orchestrates this feat, sensing tiny shifts in balance and adjusting muscles without the need for thought. This new posture was revolutionary. Freed hands could hold tools, cradle offspring, gather food, and express thoughts. Upright walking was the gateway to culture, language, and invention. It changed the very shape of the human experience. But standing upright came with challenges. The burden on your spine sometimes causes aches. Your feet can tire, balance can falter. Yet, these imperfections are echoes of an evolutionary experiment still in progress, a continual adaptation to a life that bends between steadiness and change. The ability to walk upright distinguishes your lineage, a defining trait of being human. It carries stories of daring, survival, and curiosity whispered through every muscle and bone. Now, as you lie still, feel the quiet strength of your legs beneath you, steady as the earth itself. Imagine the first creature to take that brave step onto land, testing a new world without fins or paws but with eager feet. Let your mind wander gently. What new paths will your legs find tomorrow? What distant dreams will you chase on your own 2 feet? With this thought, breathe deeply and surrender to sleep. Your journey, like walking itself, is a slow and beautiful unfolding step by step, breath by breath, carried forward on the quiet wings of evolution's gift. Within the shelter of your skull, a universe of thought and feeling softly glows. This chapter invites you to explore the gentle complexity of your brain, a place where memories dwell, dreams are woven, and consciousness blooms, a tender miracle, shaped by time and evolution. Close your eyes gently and rest your hand upon the rounded cave of your skull. Inside this sanctuary lies a remarkable symphony of cells and circuits, the brain, your body's quiet light, a universe folded within. Imagine now the slow unfolding of life's greatest invention. Long, long ago, before creatures roamed on land or swam in seas, simple organisms carried clusters of nerve cells, a primitive spark of sensation and response. These early nervous systems were modest, a simple net that could detect light or touch and trigger a reflex contract. Recoil, survive. Over millions of years, these nerve clusters grew more focused, gathering into early brains. Imagine the first animals with heads, a front door for sensing the world, a command center for movement and survival. The brain was not yet a thinker, but a coordinator, a conductor for the orchestra of action and sensation. Your own brain carries the legacy of this slow and steady evolution. It weighs roughly 3 pounds, soft and squishy, yet powerful beyond imagination. It contains around 86 billion neurons, each reaching out to thousands of others, forming vast networks of connection, communication, and complexity. Picture your neurons as tiny trees with branches reaching out, exchanging messages through delicate sparks called synapses. These sparks are chemical and electrical whispers, the language of thought, memory, and feeling. Together they create the intricate dance of consciousness, the flow of your experience. The brain is not a uniform mass, but a landscape of special places, each with its own role. The cerebrum, with its wrinkled folds, is the largest and most complex part. Here, thoughts arise, plans form, memories nestle deep, and imagination blooms like wildflowers in a sunlit meadow. Your cerebral cortex is where you solve puzzles, recognize faces, learn new songs, and dream of distant stars. Beneath it lies the limbic system, a tender world of emotion, memory, and motivation. It is here that feelings stir, old and new, shaping how you experience joy, sadness, fear, and love. Nestled near the brain's base, the brainstem quietly anchors life's essential rhythms. It controls your heartbeat, breathing, and the basic functions that keep your body humming without effort. Its steady pulse is the gentle drum beneath the brain's soaring melodies. Nearby, the cerebellum, the little brain, orchestrates balance and coordination. Each graceful step you take, each tiny gesture of your fingers, is guided by this humble but vital structure. It fine-tunes motion so that you move with effortless grace, whether reaching for a glass or dancing in the dark. Your brain is a master of patterns, constantly sorting the torrent of sensory information into meaning. It filters, selects, and prioritizes, gently steering your attention like a lantern cutting through the night's fog. Without this careful curation, the world would be overwhelming and chaotic. As you breathe slowly, imagine the waves of brain activity swirling like currents in a vast ocean. Beta waves of wakefulness, alpha waves of calm, the deep delta rhythms. of sleep. These shifting tides guide you from alertness to rest, from busy thought to quiet dream. Memory, the brain's gift to time's another quiet wonder. It stores fragments of your days, feelings, lessons, and stories. Memories are not static photos but living tapestries, woven and rewoven each time you recall them. They shape your identity, your fears, your hopes, your sense of self. Dreams arise from this interplay of neurons, a mysterious theater where memories mingle with imagination. They are stories your brain tells itself in the dark, echoing ancient cycles of exploration and reflection. Your brain is also a social organ, built to connect with others. It reads faces, interprets voices, and senses subtle shifts in tone and gesture. Empathy, the ability to feel with another, blooms here, a quiet thread, weaving human hearts together. Yet, your brain is delicate as well. It needs gentle care, nourishing sleep, kindness, and calm to thrive. Stress can cloud its lights. Rest rekindles its brilliance. Like a garden, it flourishes with patience and gentle tending. Now, as you prepare to rest, feel the slow ease of your thoughts settling, the soft pulse of neurons dimming their dance. Your brain cradles you, holding the story of your day, your life, and the deep history of minds that came before. Let this thought drift softly. Inside you burns the quiet light of billions of years, a spark of awareness that knows it is here, now, at peace, ready to glide into the gentle realms of dreams. And as your eyelids close, know this: your mind's quiet light will watch over you, weaving softness, wonder, and rest into the night's embrace. Sleep well, dear traveler of the cosmos within. The journey continues. Tomorrow another dawn of discovery. Within every gentle glance and whispered word lies an ancient story of connection, trust, and belonging. This chapter invites you to feel the warmth of your social heart, the invisible threads spun by evolution that bind us to each other, crafting community and comfort in the quiet dance of human kindness. Close your eyes softly and take a slow breath. Imagine the invisible web of connection that stretches between you and those around you, a tender network of trust, affection, and shared moments that pulse quietly beneath the surface of your days. This is the social heart, the hidden engine, driving the profound human need to belong. From the earliest flickers of life, connection has carried survival. Even single cells signal to each other with chemical whispers, whether to call for help, to warn of danger, or to invite comrades to join a collective. Those tiny messages grew louder, more complex, as multicellular life emerged, fashioning cooperation into the hallmark of living systems. In you, this ancient legacy blossoms into emotions, complex, subtle, beautiful signals that shape how you relate, care, and feel understood. The human heart, beyond its muscular role as a pump, has become a powerful symbol of love and compassion. But the biology behind that symbol is just as fascinating. Your brain creates chemicals like oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, which floods your system when you hug a friend, cradle a child, or share a quiet moment with someone dear. This gentle flood encourages trust, softens fear, and invites closeness, knitting your hearts and minds in a delicate dance of social chemistry. Imagine your nervous system as a silent orchestra tuned to the rhythms of connection. Your vagus nerve, a long and winding pathway from your brain to your heart and gut, acts like a calming maestro, soothing the storms of anxiety and amplifying feelings of safety. When you feel calm and loved, this nerve signals your body to rest, digest, and open up to others. Humans are built for empathy too. Your mirror neurons spark when you see someone smile, cry, or yawn, creating a bridge between their experience and yours. It's why the laughter of a friend can make your heart lift, or their tears pull gently at your own. Social connection shapes your brain. Groups have been humanity's cradle for hundreds of thousands of years, places where safety, learning, and love grow strongest. Even your earliest ancestors learned that survival depended not just on strength or cunning, but on being trusted and trusting in turn. Your face, with its myriad muscles, is a versatile canvas of emotion. A raised eyebrow, a soft smile, a furrowed brow are subtle signals weaving interpersonal stories. The whites of your eyes, rare among animals, make direction and intention clear, inviting shared understanding. Your voice carries not only words but tone and feeling, an evolutionary masterpiece allowing you to soothe, excite, question, or console with a mere shift of pitch or volume. Touch, too, His vital soft caresses release calming chemicals, grounding both giver and receiver in the comforting present. Yet, connection is delicate. It can be broken by fear, misunderstanding, or pain, and your body carries echoes of these. Hurts the pounding heart of anxiety, the tightness of loneliness, the numbness when scared or shut out. But it also carries hope, resilience, and the capacity to heal when surrounded by kindness. Think now of the quiet moments when you feel truly seen. A gentle nod, a soft word, the warmth of a hand holding yours. These moments are evolutionary gifts, symbols of the social heart beating steady in every human chest. And so, as you rest here, imagine your body softened and open, welcoming connection like a flower opening to the morning sun. Feel the gentle hum of belonging, the quiet pulse of empathy, the infinite possibility stitched by shared smiles and caring hands. Before sleep steals you away, wonder softly, what connections will I nurture tomorrow? What gentle kindness might ripple out from me into the world? How will the invisible threads of humanity weave new stories of love and understanding? Let these thoughts cradle you tenderly, carrying you into dreams where hearts mingle, stories unfold, and the world glows. Softly with the light of connection, the journey stretches onward, held gently in the heart of belonging. As night falls and your body quiets, a timeless ritual unfolds, a dance of rest and repair written deep in your cells. This chapter invites you to surrender to sleep's gentle embrace, exploring how evolution shaped this vital pause that renews your body, calms your mind, and cradles your dreams. Close your eyes softly and feel your breath slow. Your muscles relax, and the world soften around you. Sleep is coming, a tender gift, shaped over countless generations, as essential to life as breath and heartbeat. Imagine sleep as the gentle river where your body and mind float, drifting away from wakefulness into a place of healing and renewal. Long before humans lay down to close their eyes, sleep was already woven into the stories of ancient creatures. Even simple single-celled organisms show rhythms responding to cycles of light and dark tunes of day and night that have played since the dawn of life. It's as if life itself learned to pace its energy, to rest and rise in harmony with the turning earth. As animals grew more complex, sleep became a more intricate dance. Fish, amphibians, birds, and mammals each developed their own unique symphonies of rest moments, when activity fades and repair begins. For some, this was a quiet stillness. For others, active dreaming journeys across the landscapes of the mind. In your own body, sleep is a carefully choreographed ritual between systems. It begins with the twilight waning of consciousness. The waves of your brain shift the alpha rhythms of wakefulness, slowly replaced by the deep, slow rhythms of rest. Your heartbeat slackens its pace, muscles loosen their hold, and your breath drifts into a calmer, steadier rhythm. Imagine the soft unfolding of sleep stages, like turning pages of a book that lead your mind from gentle dozing into the deep mysteries of dreams. In light sleep, your body begins to rest, but your senses still listen quietly to the world. Deeper stages bring restorative magic, tissues repair, memories consolidate, and toxins the day gathered slip away like shadows at dawn. One of the most enchanting parts of sleep is REM, rapid eye movement. When your brain ignites with activity, weaving vivid dreams from the threads of memory and imagination. You might picture this as a crowded theater inside your mind, where stories old and new flicker across your inner screen, a rehearsal of waking life, a playground for creativity, or a gentle way to process feelings. Sleep isn't just about rest, it's a vital biological necessity. Without it, your brain struggles to think clearly, your immune system weakens, your mood darkens. Sleep is the great healer, the quiet caretaker who repairs cells, strengthens memory, balances hormones, and guides your body's circadian rhythm, the internal clock tuned by the rise and fall of sun and moon. This internal clock lives in a tiny cluster of cells in your brain's hypothalamus, the suprachiasmatic nucleosa, delicate conductor, keeping your days and nights in harmony with the outside world. It listens carefully to light, temperature, and social cues, ensuring that your body moves in tune with nature's rhythms. Consider how evolution shaped this rhythm over millions of years. Creatures that slept well survived better, avoiding predators and conserving energy. For nocturnal animals, nights are alive with activity, while for diurnal ones like you, night is a time wrapped in calm and quiet. Your genes carry the legacy of these rhythms, blending ancient cycles with the modern world. Yet, modern life, with its artificial lights and screens, can confuse this delicate timing. That's why setting slow evenings, dimming the lights, and breathing softly can help your body remember the slow, steady river of night. As you lie quietly, feel the softness of your sheets, like gentle waves carrying you outward. Your body surrenders, muscles releasing any lingering tightness, breathing filling slowly and deeply. The day's thoughts drift away, replaced by the peaceful embrace of rest. Imagine how cells within you take this time to mend tiny tears, to clean up metabolic waste, swept away by a special fluid flowing gently in the spaces between brain cells. This nightly cleansing is like a quiet rain washing the dust away, preparing your mind for a fresh dawn. The importance of sleep ripples beyond just the individual. Societies and cultures throughout history have shaped rituals, stories, and gentle songs around the bedtime hour, honoring its power to heal and connect. Our dreams echo the collective unconscious, uniting humans across time and space in shared stories and whispered hopes. So, as you sink deeper, let yourself welcome this lullaby of rest, a dance written by evolution, designed not just for survival, but for flourishing. Your mind and body enter a sacred pause, a gentle fold between yesterday and tomorrow before sleep carries you fully away. Wonder softly, what dreams will visit me under night's soft wings? What quiet healing will weave through my cells in this gentle dark? Let the ancient art of sleep cradle you with kindness and grace, carrying you softly on wings woven through billions of years until morning light blooms anew. As your body rests and your mind drifts into dreams, the story of life and evolution quietly continues, a never-ending voyage of discovery, growth, and connection. This final chapter invites you to hold the peaceful wonder of your own existence, knowing you are both ancient and ever new, a beautiful part of life's eternal dance. Close your eyes softly and feel the stillness of your body resting, a calm harbor after a day filled with movement, thought, and feeling. Let your breath settle into its slow, steady rhythm as you prepare to step gently across the threshold into sleep. Tonight, as in every night, you carry with you the vast heritage of billions of years, a story with no beginning and no end, only endless unfolding. Your body is a living bridge between ancient seas and newborn stars, a delicate combination of chemistry, chance, and change. Take a slow, deep breath. Imagine the tiny molecules flowing through ether, atoms of carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, and hydrogen, whispering secrets of stars that exploded long before Earth spun into being. Within your cells, DNA hums quietly with the echo of ancestors who survived, adapted, and thrived through unimaginable challenges. Think about the fragile balance held throughout evolution. The first spark of life in a primordial soup, the brave step of cells holding hands to live together, the shaping of bones and muscles that let creatures reach toward sky and sun. You carry all of this inside you, a symphony of millions of tiny stories playing together in perfect harmony. Your heart, still beating gently, keeps a time older than human memory. Your breath, soft and steady, connects you to the first life forms that learned to pull air into delicate lungs. Your brain, glowing faintly beneath your skull, carries dreams that mirror the dreams of every creature that ever pondered, wondered, and awoke to a new day. In this moment of quiet, let your thoughts trace the web of connection that links you to every living thing, past and present. Imagine the roots of trees, the song of birds, the gentle shimmer of oceans, and the silent stretch of deserts. All of this life pulses with the same ancient rhythms that beat softly in your body. You are a storyteller and a witness, a culmination of life's patient artistry and wild experiments on survival and hope. And as you drift deeper now, feel the gentle embrace of gratitude for this incredible gift, your existence itself. The journey of evolution never pauses. Each night, as you rest, your body repairs, renews, and reflects the endless flow of life. Tomorrow, when dawn's first light reaches your eyes, you will rise carrying an unbroken chain of wonder and resilience. Before sleep takes you fully, ponder this. What quiet marvels will your cells reveal? What dreams will your mind weave from the universe within? What new stories will your heart beat right deep into the fabric of time? With these questions tucked softly in your heart, float gently on the river of night. Wrapped in the delicate peace of belonging and becoming, you rest as part of life's grand, endless dance. Sleep now, dear traveler. cradled by the past, present, and future all at once. The story goes on, timeless, beautiful, and yours.